What's going on, YouTube world? Today we're going to be talking about how to list your items successfully so that they will sell quickly and your buyers will be happy and you won't have to deal with returns very often.
Just keeping it real, son.
We are actually in my shipping area, and also I do keep some inventory in here. As you can see, inventory is low. I have taken some time off from eBay a little bit here lately. I've been focusing on the YouTube channel, of course, and yesterday I actually took the day off so that I could take my family to the Adventure Science Center.
So cute. I love children. Look at my kids.
Let's face it. I mean, sometimes you got to take a day off here and there. I have another business. We do own a gym, which is where we're at right now. We're going to walk through the gym, and we're going to go back to where I actually test and list items and take pictures. Okay, we are now in my eBay studio. These are clothing and shoes that still need to be listed. Everything here are items that are already listed, part of my inventory system. And here we have my testing area. And then we have items that have already been tested and are ready to be listed. So I got my work cut out for me today.
Sounds like a lot of work.
So we're going to get started right now.
Now?
Oh yeah, right now.
So we're going to go through the process of how to list items on eBay. Now, I record with my phone and I also list with my phone. So this is going to be interesting. I'm going to list items with screen record, and then I'm going to let you know exactly what I'm doing and how I'm doing it.
You have my undivided attention.
Okay, so we're going to see how this works. I'm going to list this Nintendo new 3DS XL in the box. Okay, so if you look over here on your screen, you're going to see that we're going to look the item up. And the cool thing about this one is that you can actually scan the barcode to look it up. When you have something that's in a box that has a barcode on it, you can actually just scan that and you can look the item up, which is really cool. So we're going to look through the listed comps, and we're going to scroll down through these and see what they're listed for. This is our competition. You always want to check out the competition and what they have it listed for. Now, you have to make sure that you're doing something that's more similar. Now, yeah, this has a box, so that does make a difference. This has a manual, which makes a difference. This has the charger, which makes a difference. So you want to look at the entirety of what's listed and see what the entirety of the competition is, but really you want to focus on ones that are exactly like yours or as close to it as you can get. Those are your real comps. So you'll go to your filter settings and you'll scroll down to where it says sold. You'll click that. It will actually turn on sold filter and completed filter. You'll go back to, you'll see your sold comps. And you're going to see what these are actually selling for. Because like I've told you before, it does not matter what they're listed for. I mean, that's good for a frame of reference as to where you want to price yourself to be competitive. But really the most important thing is what they're selling for. And you're seeing here that they're selling anywhere from a range of pretty much between $200 and $300. It just depends on their condition, what accessories they have with them. So if you look at the one at the very top, one recently sold, they listed it as open box. We're not going to list this one as open box. Open box is basically, it's new, but it's been opened. So we're not going to list it like that. This is going to be listed as used. But this is very similar to what we have because it has a pack of AR cards. It has the manual. It's in a box. So we're going to do this when we're going to do sell similar. You'll see a little button that says sell similar. And you're going to click on that. And it's going to bring up your listing. So this is where you're going to edit it to create your listing. You will add your own photos, of course. Don't use stock photos. Don't use somebody else's photos. Use your photos. Take good pictures. Take as many as you can to make sure that the buyer's going to see every angle of the item, that they know exactly what they're getting. And once you're done with your photos, you look at the title. This title's okay. We'll probably edit it a little bit. I don't like the US version thing. I'll take that out. I don't think that needs to be said. I mean, I know there are some Japanese versions and things like that, but I'm a US seller. I usually take that out and I put in different words that I think have worked better for my listings in the past. And so now you're going to go through your item specifics. The great thing about, video game consoles and things like that, the item specifics normally don't change. Now, I've seen a few weird things that I've had to change where somebody had it listed wrong or had a wrong, item specific in there. But for the most part, these are all the same. They all have the same, item specifics. So it's very easy to go through this and just put in a couple of things. I'm going to switch it to the item is going to be used. That's going to be what we're going to list this as. It's a used item. And then if we go down to the very bottom, I'm going to put it in my inventory system with a custom SKU. And that means I'm going to know where this is listed. I have an inventory system so that I know where everything is listed. And this is going to go into MS1D. MS1D is going to let me know exactly where to find this item when it sells. Next, you're going to edit the description, and this is where I really get into letting them know what they need to know about this item. If there were any flaws, this one really doesn't have any. It's in really good condition. So I'm going to describe it to the buyer, let them know that it's in very good condition, that the hinges are good. This is something they really want to know about these kinds of systems. These DS systems for Nintendo, the hinges can wear out, and so it actually doesn't stay in position. It just kind of flops around. They're not good hinges, so make sure you let the buyer know that they're good hinges. That type of stuff if you're selling, handheld DS systems like this. So when we're done with that, we're going to go into where we set the price. I'm going to list this at $2.99 with free shipping. You set it to how you want to sell it, either auction or buy it now. As I've told you before in previous videos, 99% of what I sell is buy it now. These have a set market value that they're going to sell for, and I'm running too big of a risk to put this at an auction that it won't get to market value. So this is a good seller on eBay. I'm going to set it a price at a good fair market value, set it to allow offers. So if somebody sends me a decent offer that I'm willing to accept, I can accept the offer and get it sold. But I'm going to list it at a market value price of $2.99, free shipping, free returns. This is where you would go in to set your return policy. You can do 30 or 60-day returns. I do 30-day returns. You can go into this setting here, and you can either do buyer or seller paid returns. Like I said, on this item, I'm going to do seller paid, which means that I will pay for the return shipping if the buyer wishes to return it. As I'm 99.9% sure the buyer is not going to return this item, and they're going to be very happy with it. I've told them everything that there is to know about it. There's not going to be any surprises, and they're going to be happy with their purchase. They're expecting a used item, so they're not expecting it to be in new condition. But as far as used items goes, this is a good item in good condition, and they're going to know exactly what they're getting. Once you're all done, you go down to the bottom and hit list item, and that's it. You're done. Takes a few minutes, and you're done.
All right, that seems easy enough.
Okay, just interrupting the video for a second. The 3DS XL that we just listed sold. It is the next day. I am back at the gym filling orders, and we're going to reach into MS1D, which is the custom SKU that we used in the listing, so I would know where it was. Here it is, and we're shipping it out today. So, like I said, you list your items well, they will sell quick. Back to the video. Now, when you do clothing or shoes, it can be a little more tedious, which is why I don't do clothing or shoes as often unless I know I'm going to make a really good profit on it. Because when you get to item specifics, it's a little different. You've got to do a lot more research and homework on item specifics when it comes to clothing, things like that. So I will do it. I do have shoes that I do actually need to get listed, but it's not my favorite thing to do. And so I enjoy video games. I enjoy listing video games. It is more time consuming, as I told you before, as far as the testing process goes, but listing them, I found, and taking pictures of them is far easier than clothing. I hate taking pictures of clothing.
Hate is a strong word, and accurate.
It's so hard to make them look good to me. I don't have like a mannequin or anything like that to put them on. So it was just pretty much clothes on a hanger, and it doesn't look that good. So I don't enjoy doing it. So it's something I will do, but only if I know I'm going to make a really good profit on the item. 99% of what I sell is video games and electronics related. Okay, so one thing that I will point out, this is something else that I'm actually going to be listing today. It's a Nintendo DSi XL, and it's a Mario edition. So, but if you can see how this has scratches all over the front of it, this is something that I have to make sure I take good pictures of and put in the description so the buyer knows that this has a flaw. If I don't list this, or if I take pictures at an angle where this can't be clearly seen in hopes that it's going to sell faster, because I don't really want to, and I'm going to mark it down a little bit because of that. It is a flawed item. So I'm not going to ask top dollar for like a very good one because it's not in very good condition. I'm going to discount the price a little bit and point out this flaw so that they'll be happy that they got a discounted price and they are expecting a slightly flawed item. Again, this Wii that I tested earlier, this on top, it's got a broken hinge. I have to point that out. I'm going to point it out in the pictures and in the description. It's also missing the cover on the front here. These are supposed to have a cover on. These are supposed to have a cover on the front that covers this little for the SD card and for your sync button, and the cover's gone. I'm going to point that out, and not just from afar. I'm going to get a close-up shot that shows that that cover is gone, and I'm going to put it in the descriptions so that they will know that they're getting a flawed item that is not in mint or very good condition. And I will list it priced accordingly and with the accurate description. That way that they're going to know what they're getting. It's very important to make sure your buyers know what they're getting. Otherwise, you're going to get a ton of returns and you're going to hate selling on eBay. I know you want to get top dollar for your items, but hiding flaws so that you can list it for items that are in better condition than yours is only going to lead to returns. I can promise you. So we're going to end the video there. And I mean, I could show you another listing. I was going to do another one and show you a few, but really it's so redundant that there's no real reason to. Really, the basic principle is the same no matter if it's a Nintendo 3DS XL like I just showed you, or a pair of shoes, or a shirt, or a lamp.
A lamp.
Or action figure. It doesn't matter. It's all the same. You have to make sure that you're doing your research as far as listed comps for competition, sold comps to know what market value is, listing it accordingly, taking good pictures, making sure your customer knows exactly what they're going to be getting, and describing it as good as you can to make sure that there are no surprises when the buyer receives the item. This is going to help your item sell quickly, and it's going to make sure that your buyer is not going to return the item because they're going to be happy with what they get because it's exactly what you described. So if you got anything out of this video, or if you just enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We'll be posting future videos to help you get started on eBay. And in case you don't know, God loves you, I love you, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
So cute. I love children. Look at my kids.
I'm a llama.